right. Ugh. You guys wanted ranked games. Here we are. Let's get it. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. Should have a fun one. Should be a good experience. In a second, white on this board. Hey. 5, 9, 10, or 5, 8, 10 probably goes first here. And then the 8, 4, 10 goes next. What's interesting, though, with 8, 4, 10 is you leave the 8, 3 as an out for the 5, 8, 10 player. Coordinated or wheat is always fun to play. But regardless, whatever green takes, we have to respond with the other. 8, 4, 10 or 5, 8, 10. Typically, generally speaking, you go 5, 8, 10, I think, because there's a lot more out there. There you go. Our move is always 4, 8, 10, I think. You could make a case for 5, 9, 10. I don't think it's bad. 5, 9, 10 goes in third, and then you have something like 6, 9, 3 selected next. 6, 5, 11 is okay. I actually don't hate taking the brick. I mean, I love brick in general, but the green's best case scenario to get on a good wheat hex is going to be the 8, 3. They could play something kind of silly depending on what's taken, but play around it, you know? You got to play around it, give yourself the best odds for the game. And I think that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. It's I don't know. If we look at this, I think blue has to what? Yeah, they got to go 8, 4, 3. And then that's going to leave fourth with something like 6, 5, 11, 9, 5, 10. You start with the free road. I don't even care if they want to go to the 3 to 1. Going to the 3 to 1 makes more sense for them. I think you have to double it up. 6, 5, 11, 9, 5, 10. That does leave blue with 6, 9, 3, and then that leaves our position a little awkward. I don't hate it, but it is pretty bad. I think in hindsight, probably 8, 4, 3 makes more sense for our game. Because if what happens, right? 6, 5, 11, 9, 5, 10, then 6, 9, 3 goes. We're left essentially with only the middle of the board, which is pretty rough to play. And then if you go something like 6, 3, I feel like green just takes 8, 3. But I don't know. Tough call, tough decision. It is not the easy one. It is not that easy. Yeah, as fourth, I feel like you gotta either do 9, 5, 10, 6, 3, 11, or 9, 5, 10, 6, 5, 11, or 6, 5. Yeah. There you go. 9, 5, 10. Ooh, not 9, 5, 10. Actually, I get it. They're going for coordinated roads, but you're leaving 9, 5. That was, I think, an objectively bad move. This is gross. It really sucks because ideally we want green to now take 9, 3, 4 to contest this, and the only way to tempt them into that is like taking the 6, 3, 11 ourselves. But 6, 3, 11 for us is also really rough, but it's probably our best move. Our hand is just going to be stuck a lot. So realistically, we go 6, 11, 3, point it right, and then green goes 9, 3, 4, points it up, or goes 6, 3 to 8, 3. But I like black's idea, don't get me wrong, but they make blue a incredibly strong target. 6 unique numbers, great ports, great versatility. It's not going to be an easy game. I think our move has to be doubling on the 8 wheat with road settle, citying 6, 3, 11, and then getting a road settle on 6, 12. But it's a very slow game because brick is not going to be traded. The only player that mass produces brick is black, who makes it on the 6 roll for coordination. Our blocks are probably going to have to be 9 and 5, which gives us value with wheat. I digress. Green has a dev in hand, a dev and a brick. Yeah, empty brick if we roll a 7. Roll a 7. There goes sheep port. Sheep port play is very relevant for the table here. Tricky part is I don't know how the heck I'm going to get brick. Aggro knight from green for whatever reason, hoping we don't catch a stray rob. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, we just need to not roll a 7. Okay, I'll take the knight. Knight's okay. Yeah, this is actually not bad. The robbers are going to be bouncing around. The wood blocks don't hurt us. I would love to pull a Year of Plenty or road building. That would actually change our game dynamic significantly, but we're okay with a knight for now. I really need to use it to extort for a brick, because if we don't get the road settle on this 8, I think our game slows down drastically. I don't even like citying, even if we got the materials for it, because our game is very slow. I would also be open to like a 2-2 scenario where I can port into a brick. But I think when you're dealing with people that don't understand, like, okay, there's the mono. I'm less worried now because of mono. Mono is actually best case scenario for us on boards that I call coordinated boards, which are 6s on wood brick or 6s on wood, or excuse me, wheat ore, or 8s on wheat ore. The mono is such an incredibly strong card because you use this in mid-game-ish to get a 2-point swing in your favor. So we don't have to be concerned about anything. We should be getting robbed here by green. I think that's very fair, but they might not. And then we just flip the knight, and then we have to respond. The issue is blue plays after us, so if blue pulled a knight, then our... Oh, wow, we're not even getting tested. Okay, I don't mind this. So we have to stop debbing, because eventually the table's going to be like, what the heck, he has debs. We have to prioritize the road settle in the 8, because green is prioritizing the road settle here. We use the monopoly to secure a minimum 2-point play, which is either going to be a city and a dev, or multiple devs, but preferably we want to use it to city drop, maybe double city, depend. We should be getting robbed here, and we're not. We're just not. I typically advocate in instances when I should be hit, but this is one of those really interesting scenarios where my setup looks so bad, and it kind of is, but the monopoly puts me in a mass contention, and we don't ever have to flip our knights if we're not being tested. If anything, we can always aggro knight for an ore, but we ideally want to aggro knight for the brick, so we're just going to play our hand as slow as we need to. Let blue pace up in points. Once we solidify the settlement here, I'll be very happy. I am okay with pushing them to something strong if they give 2 cards. I'm never doing a 1-to-1 here with them. I mean, sheep is not even that. Sheep is actually pretty rare for us, but I take the wood because I can 4-1 the wood, and it paints blue as a tremendous threat. I don't normally give blue the city there, right? But the idea is I have a monopoly. It forces green to now hit blue again. So you kind of see how we're controlling the tempo of the game by giving a bad trade to push blue to objective. We're never actually catching a stray block, and the worst they can do for us is 3 or 10, which are irrelevant blocks for us. But you'll notice over time, as you play more and more ranked games, that people will just do shared blocks because they don't want to solo block someone. So here, we're going to get the 4-1 settle across, and our game is just going to... We are still framed as second. Blue is now pacing army. We're going to get robbed here for the ore, but that's fine. They should rob the ore. Yep. There you go. Losing the ore sucks. But again, we have the magic card. If we don't have the monopoly, at this stage of the game, you have to stop buying devs, and you have to get the city on 6-3-11. If you don't, your game becomes harder. Never giving them 2-2 here. If they want a dev, I'll give them a dev, but it's for 2 cards. Nope, it's 2, or it's 2. Their hand is fried. There's never a situation I give them a city. Yeah, you can 4-1 to your brick. That is great. I can play my knight, which actually makes us look a lot less scary, because now we only have 1 unknown development card. And blue actually has decent value proposition here. We don't hit the 5 because green will hit the 5. We hit the 8, which traditionally we don't hit the 8 holding the monopoly, but we know we're not going to mono here. So double rob to blue. I think actually we solo the 4 sheet. And the reason we solo the 4 is this gives black an out to hit the 8 and green an out to hit the 5. When you are more familiar in this type of setting, you recognize that players will do the shared blocks even when it's not relevant to do so. The idea here, I think we go for the 6-11-12. I could actually double on this as well, but I'm going to take the 6 because I love the fact that after we city, the 6 becomes a free card. We missed that 12 roll. Yeah, we're in a really good position for framing. We need a brick, but there's not really a good opportunity. I'm going to have to solo the 4, I think. I could hit 5, to be fair. I'm going to hit that, and then I'm going to yank a card. Love that. Boom. All right, and we now have a monopoly play, but let's see if we can get a development card and kind of position ourselves in defense. The issue with doing the city or the monopole too early here is we are no longer clearly behind blue. The frame that I would value, or the value that I would propose, is that blue has 2 knights played, we have 1, so the second they buy a dev, they're now back to board state leader. I always do wheat for brick. Fortunately, that didn't get accepted. I'm okay with giving them a city. At the stage of the game, we're at the stage of the game where I'm okay with loosely trading because of the monopoly. I want brick only. Give me brick. I am 100,000% cool with brick. We can grab this 11 here, preferably no 7. Okay, this is good. This is good. I could mono this brick so hard, but it doesn't help. I think our play is actually going to be to city with the wood, but let's value prop, right? Let's try to get ore before we do this. No, green just gives us 1-to-1s. Oh my lord. All right, let's take the city. At this stage of the game, I actually think it's going to be this, and I'll explain it in a second. But now, I think I got to go gun for this spot, double up on our supply. Don't rob me. We're gonna, I don't know, maybe I should have cited that and just pluck the ore supply from this board and dominate. Yep, take the wheat for brick. Always go friend. Go friend. Get yourself a point. Give me a point too. No, why do you want to rob me? Go ahead, take another one. I am 100% okay with pushing black to 5, even if it's 7, like if they road connect in city. I didn't even say anything. Well, I made one comment. This is where we're gonna need knight control. Oh boy. Oh boy. If green does not have a mono, we know it's a non-knight. If they don't have a mono and we mono ore, this table's gonna lose their shit. Okay, please roll an 8. Please roll an 8. I still think it's gonna be mono here, but I'm gonna do something super sneaky and just fuck this board over. It's gonna be mono ore. All right. Calm down. Always the city. I don't have win yet, but I think plowing. Nah, plowing doesn't make sense. I think it's double dev. Let's dev first and see what we get. Okay, and then I'm gonna dev again, and then our hand is cooked. Unfortunately, we would have loved a 3rd knight instead. I could open up a subtle spot and then pass. Yeah, open the subtle spot. Blue's not wrong. Blue's not wrong. Here we go. Now we get solo brutal. Of course, they roll these 7s. It's all right. It's all right. We just need to get pop again. That's why frame control matters, friend. Obviously, a mono is great too. Okay, calm down, dude. I said 1 sentence. I said 1 thing. We can relax. Black goes to 7. Open settle twice. Moves a robber. I mean, it's got to be black, unfortunately. But I also just need blue to not roll anything, so I'm just gonna hit blue. Yeah. That's a sealed deal. Sealio dealio. That's city for 8. And then what? I don't have road though. Yeah, I don't have road. Am I stupid? I don't have win, right? I could port 3 ore into a brick and build 3 roads. I could go 1. Yeah, I don't have win. I port that to a brick. I port that to a brick. Nah, I just dev. And then I dev again since I can't pull a knight to fucking save my life. Then what? What now? Port to nothing. It doesn't matter, right? Pass. Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't think black has any possible way to roll 3 points. They do have 2 open settles, but then they have to city. We are now just waiting for a 3-point play. Holy shit. Not enough cards to distribute. Deck is on an 18 card hand. I'm sorry, hoodie goody. It's time to rest, fallen warrior. All right, we got 8 points. Okay, you know, black should have been the steal there, but the 5 makes sense because it's 11 plus 5 for a point roll. We can actually lose here to a VP pull and a settle. That would be my fault for smashing blue. But the thing is, I needed army because I knew I wasn't. Okay, here we go. 9 points. Let's see what we got. I got to go for the wheat steal because this is for the win. I believe it's Rob Green. All right. There you go. It doesn't matter. I have a million ways to win this game. Do I just pull the VP for fun? Yeah. There you go. Closed out. Yeah. GG. Hang uninvolved in the chat. I mean, 8 overrolled, but I don't think we got particularly lucky. Mono came in clutch, obviously. This is one of those games where you just have to play you leave the 2 in the dust and then play for first. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little brutal. I'm sorry, brother. But if anything, blue got screwed because 9 and 10 underperformed, as did 5. It's not like I got incredibly lucky because everybody except black was benefiting from 8s, but obviously the trades with black were incredible. Hope you guys had some value from this one. Take care. Shades out.